inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 1990, and he fights out of Harlem, New York. Here comes Jaime Munguia.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from New York, here is one of boxing's all-time greats with 174 wins in his 201 fights. A welterweight champion of the world, a 5-time middleweight champion of the world.
You can tell both of these fighters are exuding confidence as they touch gloves. And here we go.
It's a privilege and an honor to be here. I feel so lucky to be sat here talking about something I love.
What a great venue and what a great matchup. Cannot wait for this one. And we're off and running between these two really accomplished fighters. Let's see how they come out. Which fighter will say no mas? Nice counter punch right up the middle. The bravery being shown here is just incredible. It's all offense all the time. And this one has all of those big fight feels you want from a prize fight. Here we go.
It's so hot, so heated. There's a roof on here. You don't understand it. When you're working, when the noise is there, the pressure's on, you're thirsty, you're sweating, and you're getting under. You're on the wrong side of a beating. This can be hellfire on here.
A very competitive round here so far.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Missed him with that uppercut. The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. Both want a knockout, you can tell. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. He is down big time on the score.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Come on, you're way better than that guy. You've let him back. Okay, I'm happy. I like that round. Good work. You were thinking. You were switch on. Get parts of that together.
Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
If you're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching you every move, that every twitch.
Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Nice exchange here from both men. Your footwork has to be on point when you're fighting a swarmer. If it's not, you're going to get caught in the corner and beaten up.
A swarmer, a good swarmer, will get inside you like a bee, just pickpocketing and stinging you wherever you leave yourself open. A swarmer is the worst kind of fight to fight.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Robinson in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford to lose it.
Get your boxer back together and put him back in his place.
Just keep him on the end of that jab. You're getting your timing already.
You got to go back out there and win this round. You had everything in the bag, and now you let him back into it. Don't worry about that round. Don't worry about that round. Let's just get out there.
1-2 straight down the middle. You can't miss it. Great work.
Let's go out there and win the next one. Yeah? Good.
Stay focused. Don't let him back into the fight. Don't give him no...
Let's get it started in round 3. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. They exchange punches. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. The straight right just misses. He parries away the left uppercut. The straight right just misses. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Robinson in that last round. And a round that's back at it in round 4. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Well, with welterweights, they sometimes bring you the best of both worlds. Fast hands and power.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Insane action. Caution being thrown to the wind. It's all offense all the time. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than have to.
How about that time counter shot? Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close rounds.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Robinson in that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently?
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what?
Time for the 5th round. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
And Jaime Munguia just got rocked. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Good counter punch. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Carrying away the right hook. Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
They better start respecting each other's punching power. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you pick and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Nice counter shot. Talk about Robinson in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
Wow, it was like...
On to the 6th round. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
That jab misses. By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. That counter punch caught him clean. Unlucky to miss with that uppercut. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
And he scores with the counter. You'd like to see more jabs. Those counter punches have to hurt. Punch, counter punch. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk talking about Robinson in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs. Here comes round 7. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
No rest for the weary. Straight right just misses. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, thinking, you've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little faggot and pickpocket them.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Trying to land that jab. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Let me explain to you about a fast fight that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed, they're confident, they know they just have to quick burst, boom! In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed.
As you can see, it was a hit to the head that did it. Let's watch it again.
A shot from the gods took him out. One, two, three, four,
Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. And we enter the 8th round. Is this the beginning of the end after 2 knockdowns last round?
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'll be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
A perfect counter shot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. Tried to score with the uppercut. You've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses. How do you deal with it?
We have a fighter that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed. It's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
That right uppercut misses. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Just misses with the right uppercut. Swing and a miss with that hook. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. The 3 judges agree, and we've got a unanimous decision.
This is the last thing we expected. What a fight. What a style. What a pace to get a unanimous decision. That is mad. I didn't see that coming. I thought this would be tight.
the sun sets, we welcome you on this beautiful afternoon to Falkor Bay. And next to me for the broadcast, the one and only Johnny Nelson.
About time, too.
Time for our tale of the tape. Smokin' Joe. He took part in the greatest boxing trilogy of all time with Muhammad Ali. He defines the words Philly fighter. And facing him, Riddick Bowe, 6'5", 240 pounds with a reach of 81 inches.
Brawlers are a nightmare. You've got to be strong and fit. Use that long reach, use that long jab. Do it that way, you'll be safe all night.
Smoke. Riddick Big Daddy Bowe, the 1988 Olympic silver medalist, a two-time heavyweight champion, and one of the best inside fighting heavyweights there's ever been.
The reach, how on earth are they going to get through that jab?
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, the Olympic gold medalist from Beaufort, South Carolina, the Hall of Famer from the golden era of heavyweights, a heavyweight champion of the world, Smokin' Joe Frazier. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Brooklyn, New York, here is the Olympic silver medalist and the two-time unified heavyweight champion of the world, introducing Big Daddy Riddick Bowe.
A lot of pre-match drama, and they will settle their score under the sun here in this outdoor venue.
Todd, I'm going to stay here till the end.
Facing Joe Frazier, who won gold at the '64 Olympic Games. They miss with the jab. And he misses with that jab. When you're fighting a swarmer and you know their goal is to bury their head right in your chest, the uppercut would probably come in handy.
You've got a swarmer on your case, you know you've got to fight, you've got to hold him, you've got to tie him up, you've got to lean on him when they come in until the referee makes you break off. But keep your hands high, because they will keep punching until that referee said stop.
They're both trying for a knockout. Fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
The straights continue to score. Nice. Whoa, wait a minute! And the big fella stumbling, and the Big Daddy hits the floor. Wow, that impact was incredible. Let's take another look at it.
Where did that come from? What a shot. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven.
So the fight will continue, but what does the game plan have to look like now? As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. Let's talk about Bowe in that last round.
Right,
Here we go for round 2. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
Todd, listen to me.
Whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. And Big Daddy Bowe got... I think that will look even more dramatic in slow motion.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
They're back on their feet, but how long will they stay there?
Oh, he can smell blood. Look at that. He's put in round once. He knows what shot works and where to land it. Then try and do it again. He's just not got to get trigger happy.
The type of fighter that would say, I don't even want rounds. Let's just fight until one of us can't stand up anymore.
A win is not just a win for some fighters. They need to feel the blood, the crunch. They need to get that win.
They need to turn this around halfway through.
Not the best start, but you know what? The cornermen, now it's time for them doing their job. Get through the round, regroup, right, freshen up, boom. Different tactics.
Ooh, a good straight. You'd like to see more jabs. Couldn't get out of the way of that uppercut. Final 10 seconds here, and I think he knows who's won this round. Let's talk about Bo in that last round. You've got to wonder how big of a factor that knockdown's going to be we just saw.
I love the response.
Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle him. He's got to bluff it.
Threw a punch and just got countered. It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. See a jab from these two. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Both men step back for just a moment. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. No secret who has the advantage. There's the bell for round 4. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
punch caught him clean. So far, it seems... Cue up the replay machine. I have got to see that again.
Lights out right there.
You saw it here live.